Hey guys and gals, I'm sort of introing the intro to this video because when I did this video, I didn't know how badly I was going to fail. I'd like to say I got it on the second time, but I didn't. This is the second attempt of me trying to set up this Dana 44, and I failed again. The main cause, spoiler alert, is that I think using different bearings than my setup bearings, different brand, really screwed me up at the end when I went to go set everything up. All of my readings shifted, pinion depth, backlash, preload, everything, so it ended up being a disaster. But if you're interested in seeing a failure because it'll help you learn and get it right when you try it, go for it. Here we go. Hello everybody, welcome to Matt's Garage. On last episode, or one of the recent episodes, I installed the gears on the new carrier and installed the 409 or 411, whatever, the 4 whatever ring gear. So the first thing I'm going to do is find my Raytech tool because I left my shop. There's the Raytech tool right there. See that? It sits on the pinion head and it butts up against this surface, okay? And then you take your digital caliper and put it through there. Digital caliper is at whatever, 0. That's good. How do I? Okay, so you put this thingy that comes out the bottom. You put this thingy through that hole, and that's the measure you need to take. But I can't do it and hold the camera at the same time. It's cold out there today. Alright, so that's 0.6785, right? And then you go to the Raytech tool and it's got a number on it. 3.303 minus 0.6785, is that what I said? 2.6245. Focus! 2.6245. And I think the nominal checking depth for a Dana 44... 2625. What was the calculation I gave you guys? 2625. 26245. Did you see that? Holy smokes! That is the new Pinion. So whatever I did before I went to Maryland, I did it right. So thank goodness. Boy, that's some backlash now. That's good. I've done this Pinion setup, this Dana 44 setup, like so many times. Like, it's ridiculous. Before I figured out the whole pinion depth thing, I was getting like 2000s backlash. Like, no matter where I moved the ring gear, I could not get, like, I was out of room. That's kind of what clued me in that I was doing something wrong. But I convinced myself that the pattern was okay, buttoned everything up, and then I feel like Chunk from Goonies. And then this is the worst. I'm looking through I'm cleaning up. Inner axle seal. I didn't put it in. And I was like, doggone it! But then, you know what? It ended up being a blessing in disguise because I was gonna jack up my axle. You know, hey, on the dial calipers and stuff, like, what is this called? Dial indicator. Just spend the money. This is like a cheap one, and it works, but just trust me. Spend the money. All right, so I'm at 8,500. So that's good. Let us do some painting, man. Let me wipe the old stuff off. Man, I left my shop in a mess! Total mess! I don't care about my old pattern because it was screwed up. I didn't know what I was doing. I'm not saying I even know what I'm doing now, but, you know, it's the whole learning curve thing. Steep learning curve. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, wait. I bought some Prussian blue. I'm told, and by being told I mean I've read in places, because no one really tells me anything. I'm told that machinists, unless it's like super dark metal, they don't use the yellow stuff. They use this Prussian blue from Permatex. Same people who make gaskets. Ooh, it's goopy. That's good. It is a steep learning curve. Steep. Let me turn my heater back on too. Holy cool. Put some drag on this baby. Oh, there. That Prussian blue is really nice. Isn't nice? Okay, you see that pattern there? So that's an interesting pattern because you see it's up on this. It's up on this end of the gear. Okay, is it the heel or the toe? I can't remember. Not way at the edge, but more this way than this way, right? And then on the back side, it's actually a really nice pattern. Again, more this side than that side. So actually, I think if I bring my backlash in a bit, that's gonna push that pattern down the gear. So I might not even need to re-shim or anything. I might just take my backlash out and see where it goes. I took, just so it's clear, in case it wasn't obvious what we're doing, I took some shims from that side and I'm putting them on that side. And so what that's going to do is it's going to push the gear this way into the pinion. Okay? No backlash whatsoever. What is going on with this gear, man? Yeah, see, something's up. You gotta know when to stop, right? So something with that shimming has got me cockeyed. 1, 2, 3 thousandths, too tight. So that adjustment I made to the shim makes sense, because I was at like 10 thou backlash. I moved 10 thou of shim over, and I lost like 7 thou backlash. So I need to basically split the difference. Oh, it's so warm. Oh, right here. Oh. If I were to guess, I think I need to bring the pinion in just a little bit. Okay, so that brought the coast side down. Drive side's still a little high for my taste. So I'm gonna push the pinion in just like a thou. See how that goes. Then pull the yoke off. Steering wheel puller. Put the little bolts through the yoke holes. Alright, that's the yoke. I know. It's slow, man. This is not a fast process. I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. It's actually like, it's hard to stay motivated because, like, this isn't even a part anybody sees. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's like, hey, man, nice gears, man. No, it doesn't. I'm not saying that's why I do things. Like, I don't need guys talking to me in a creepy voice and telling me my stuff's nice. I'm just saying, oh my God. Oh, my wife scared the hell out of me. Bring it in a very small amount. All right, sorry, I pushed it in 1.5 thousandths. So that is good. That feels like a lot more backlash. Just that 1.5 thousandths. Are you kidding me? Let's see what the Prussian blue tells us. I like this pattern. It's broad, it's in the middle of the tooth. You see that pattern? You see how it's nice and broad? There's no sharp edges anywhere. And then on the back side, same thing. Nice and broad. I'm very happy with this pattern. Very, 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 very happy. One thing I noticed, and this is like a technical issue, but something to consider, just a reminder if you're doing this so you don't forget. I added a shim, right, to bring that pinion up into the housing. I noticed when I was putting the yoke on the pinion this time, I was getting a lot more preload from the same, you know, using the little impact driver. The reason is because I've pulled the pinion up, right? Now I'm basically squeezing with without changing the shims on the backside, on the yoke side, right? So if I've increased my if I've increased the depth of my pinion by 5 thousandths, and I don't increase my shims on the yoke side by 5 thousandths, I basically introduced, it'd be like me taking 5 thousandths out of the yoke side, thereby making more preload. So just keep that in mind if you're calculating your shim packs. I hope that made sense. It makes sense to me, but I can't explain this. I'm not a professor of automotive mechanics. I don't know. I'm just installing my side seals here. That's what it looks like without the seal in. This is the sealing surface here. And that's what it looks like with it installed. I think. I don't know. I'm just taking a bearing driver that's bigger than the actual seal, bringing it flush. Now this is the permanent bearing race that's going into the housing. Alright, I'm going to take the pinion depth measurement, and it better be the freaking same. 0.6825, is that what I said last time? That is 0.6730. I think that's actually probably just my reading error, but I'm going to pull out the pinion. I'm just going to tap it. So with the air hammer, I probably already have too much preload. So again, laid on the air hammer too long. Let's just see though. Yeah, it's like at 8. So what does that mean? It means I need to take some shims out. No biggie. Oh, God, it never ends. So I'm going to go back to using my setup bearing for this. Yep, perfect, perfect. All right. So I need to take it apart one more time, put the seal in, and then I'm Dunsky, done kebab, Dunkirk, Brooks and Dunn. So now we put the seal in. I've already cleaned up the sealing surface here. Doesn't hurt to run a rag on it one more time. You won't get the same preload readings because now the seal is creating a drag. So you don't need to worry about that. You just need to torque it to the torque spec, which is that 200-ish. This is so hacky, I know. You know, not having a torque wrench, but whatever. Okay. It's a lot stiffer with the seal on. How much stiffer? They say 4 to 5 pound-feet, but I find it to be a lot more than that. Yeah, it's like 50. Now that I have my pinion set to my satisfaction, I've got to get my real bearings pressed onto my carrier. But I need to introduce some preload, 15,000 specifically. I'm going to test fit it because I've had issues where I introduce preload and my backlash changes too much. It's not really supposed to. I don't know why it does that. So I have to basically bang this in with the 15,000ths preload, pull it out, test the backlash, pull it out, and then press it in for real. So I don't have to press off my good bearings. I'm not going to show that. It's way too much work. I got my permanent bearings pressed on. I started pressing one side on and forgot the shims. The other side was already on with the shims. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. So Now we're ready to drop this in, hopefully for the last time. God darn it, I screwed something else up. Hey. Hey, I just popped out to build a fort with the kids, but this is not going in. All right, it's tomorrow, and I ordered myself another rebuild kit. It's actually just a bearing kit. I don't need a full rebuild kit, so it'll be the bearings and the seal, Timken. I think what's happening here is my Kyoto bearings are not the same overall dimension with, even though I measured them and they were fine, I think with the bearing and the cup, they're just not the same dimension as when I'm doing the setup. So I need to take this apart again for like, I don't know, too many times. Too many times. I mean, this is just killer. But this is the price of my education. So next time, hopefully, you'll see me put this thing together for the last time.